I 100%. I 100% agree. I 1,000% agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Skip, he's playing really well. Skip, even though AD has missed, a third of the season, LeBron has really held it down defensively. And I think a lot of that has to do with that. Skip, I'm not saying they're a better defensive team without Anthony Davis, because clearly they're not. But I think it forces guys to lock in more because they don't have that protection. They don't have that cloak that's draped around them that's going to meet somebody at the rim, that's going to alter the shot. So now we have to lock in even more. We have to be really attentive. We have to be, our film study has to be spot on, Skip, because I don't think anybody's practicing right now because of COVID protocols. Basically, you're watching film and then you're going out there and play. Your practice time is the first quarter where you're trying to feel out your opponent. But Skip, he's been very, very good, Skip. He's #1 in defensive win shares. He's #1 in defensive rating among players that's played at least 30 minutes per game. Skip, he's as good as advertised. He's as good as we've seen in the last 2 or 3 years. And we saw what he did on Friday night against Portland, where he had, the four steals and the 3 blocks, and then he followed it up with 2 and 2 on Sunday night, Skip. He's playing at a, can he sit in the chair like he did early in his career? Nah, that's not what he is now. He's not going to do that. And we don't expect him to do it at 36, carrying the offensive load that he carries. But what he will do is that he will anticipate and pull an Ed Reed on you. He will chase you down. And then we saw the other night on Wiseman, he said, hey, meet me at the top. I got to talk to you. Wiseman tried it. You like James Wiseman. Did the same thing he did to him and your guy from San Antonio when he blocked it. You talking about he couldn't jump. Yeah, we'll meet you at the summit. How high you going, Wiseman? That's how high you can go? Okay. Go. Get it out of here. Tiago Splitter, that's who he blocked.
Oh.
Tiago Splitter.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Jakob Poeltl.
We been did him, man.
This is a very difficult topic for me because I have a confession to make.
What is it? What is it? I want to hear.
Last night, when this topic reared its ugly head, thanks to Kyle Kuzma, I thought, well, I'll check on individual defensive win shares that you just mentioned. Okay. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I fell out of my chair to find LeBron James is ranked #1 in the NBA in defensive win shares. That's impossibly good. It's great. It should have been a part of your argument yesterday when we were talking about LeBron's MVP case, which I thought had taken a huge hit without AD over this 9-game stretch into the All-Star break, in which we said he could make or break his MVP case. And he got off to a 1-4 start. You lost 5 more cases of Diet Dew to me. I am rolling in 2021. I have a whole swimming pool full of Diet Dew. Yeah.
What about Schroeder not playing? Shouldn't I get a mulligan for Schroeder not playing?
Them's the breaks. And if he is the best player on the planet, it should have been, it wouldn't matter whether it's Schroeder or Fooder or Luder, or it doesn't matter who it is who's not playing for you, because you still had KCP and THT and all these other players that you've raved about, Markieff Morris. You got enough players that if he's that good, he should have gotten through this stretch without Schroeder. But the point is that I had no idea he was ranked that high defensively. And by the way, for those who don't follow this, the top 5 is LeBron and then Gobert. What's he, at least a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's second.
Yeah, it looked like he's going to be 3 times.
Maybe. And third and fourth on the list are New York Knicks named Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett, because the Knicks are suddenly 18 and 17 under Thibodeau and ranked #3 in overall team defense. So he has got them doing what he does best. His calling card is defense, and they are playing defense for new coach Thibodeau in ways that the Pelicans are not playing defense for new coach Stan Van Gundy. But then I gave you 3 and 4.
And
what's that?
What's Frank Vogel's calling card? Defense. And who's the #1 rated defensive team?
They're number
Lakers.
one.
And they haven't slipped even since Anthony Davis went out. They're still number one. And it's led by who? Who spearheads that unit? Go James. He is the MVP because, like you said, that's what they said about Giannis when Giannis was winning it. Yeah. Giannis plays both ends of the court. Okay, now we got a guy playing both ends of the court. Keep that same energy for GOAT James.
GOAT with quotes around it because I point out Michael Jeffrey Jordan made, what was it, 6 first-team all-defenses, and LeBron's made...
No, he made like 8 or 9. He made like 9.
What am I thinking of?
He made like 9. Yeah,
LeBron's not even in the ballpark of Jordan.
We got 5, Skip. We got 5 first teams. But I'm just saying, but see, you said if LeBron is the best player on the planet, he got to hold this thing down. Well, Jordan was on the best player on the planet, and he didn't do anything until Scottie Pippen got there. Now, I want to know if he's the best player on the planet, why couldn't he get past the big
No, he was already a defensive force before Scottie Pippen got there. Sorry.
No. I'm talking about win. I know what Jordan was defensively. But you got to be able to win. You got to be able to win championships. Okay. You got to be able to win games.
Scottie Pippen went along for a great ride with the true GOAT.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
GOAT.
Is Scottie Pippen a top 50 player?
Okay.
Is Scottie Pippen a top 50 player? Yes or no?
No, he's not. I know he was voted that, but I don't know how because he's just not that guy. Go see what happened to Scottie Pippen once he went to Houston and then Portland and tell me he was a top 50 player without Jordan.
It was old.
All right, so the point is, going down the list of the top 5 in individual defensive win shares, I got to 5 as Mike Conley. Utah's ranked 2nd overall in defense. And guess who's number 6 on the defensive win shares list? Kyle Kuzma. I was shocked by that. So you got LeBron 1 and Kyle Kuzma 6. And Kyle Kuzma is making the public case LeBron should make the all-defensive team, and I think he means first-team all-defense. Well, so far, so great for LeBron. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You got 1 through 6. Can you tell me where Pat Bev is on that list? Paul George and Kawhi.
That's not the topic.
Those are defensive guys.
I'm trying to say something nice about LeBron James, and you're not letting me. You're changing the subject to the Clippers. If you want to talk about the Clippers overall, they're just better than the Lakers. So thank you for that entree. They're just a better basketball team, top to bottom, than the Lakers. And that will be proven out soon enough in the postseason because you're going to have to deal with them this time in the postseason.
I just want to know who beat the Bucks. Did we beat the Bucks or did we lose to the Bucks? Did y'all beat the Bucks or did y'all lose? Because here's the thing. You told me my guy couldn't play any defense. And then you said when he blocks a shot, it's all chase downs. Now he's meeting guys. You saw he blocked Jones Jr., the slam dunk champ. Blocked his shot, almost hit his head on the rim.
Okay, so.
And he got Wiseman. And these ain't chase downs, Skip. These are not chase down blocks he's getting.
Okay, so here's the point. As you talked about earlier, for those who don't quite understand your terminology, you're talking about he won't sit in the chair, meaning he won't take a defensive stance and play somebody head up one-on-one on the perimeter the way he would in his younger days. Right. Okay, I got that because I watch carefully night after night. He often takes the worst offensive player on the floor because he plays Ed Reed center field. You're talking about the great free safety for the Baltimore Ravens, Hall of Famer. Okay, so he plays Ed Reed defense where he'll take the weakest offensive player, but then he lurks. He does what the great Larry Bird used to do. He's just all over the floor disrupting the offense by stealing the ball, deflecting the ball, or, to your point, weak side chase down blocks. They're sneak attacks, but they're in the lane. They're not off fast break chase downs, but he'll come from nowhere from the weak side to swat a ball that the unsuspecting offensive player does not see coming. And he's gotten really good at that. That's how he's getting most of his blocks. They're not face-to-face, head up, I'm going to make you eat this. They're not those kind of blocks. They're unsuspecting blocks. And yet he's perfected the art of that, and that's what's made him #1 in defensive win shares, and that's helped make the Lakers #1 overall in defensive efficiency. So I give you all the above, and it helps remake some of LeBron's MVP case, except for the fact he's been horrendous from the three-point line. So he actually undercuts or disqualifies a lot of his
He don't
defensive
undercut
output.
nothing.